Hi, Stargazers, talking about the new moon in Pisces that's coming up actually also right before the astrological new year, which is the first day of Aries. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot packed. I'm doing a lot of events. I'm doing the Aries solar ingression. I have the new moon in Pisces, and then I'm doing the 12-day meditation of the astrological new year. You can sign up for all three. There's a lot going on. What I want to talk about right now is the new moon in Pisces. Something like that you can really just live by is that when we have lucky stars, we should use our free will. But when the stars are against us, we must use our free will. What does that mean? Well, as you may or may not know, I don't really do like this predictive doom and gloom astrology. It's all about free will, but it's good to know what we're dealing with. Okay, so it's in the same way that you go out in a snowstorm, you can either wear your bathing suit or you can dress in your snow in your snowsuit. It's up to you. There are consequences, benefits, challenges to each, and the same thing is true with astrological weather. So when you have good stars, right? When like conditions are favorable for whatever your goal is, by the way, because you can have different goals depending on, or different actions depending on what your goals are. So like often when I'm doing consultations with people, I can tell one person to do one thing under a certain transit and then somebody else completely different thing under the same transit depending on where their destiny is, where they want to go with it. So the point is that when we have favorable stars, then we should use our free will, meaning we don't want to miss out on the opportunity. Now, if we don't use our free will and we just kind of ride on it, maybe the opportunity will present itself. Maybe you're aware of that, like where you've been introduced to situations and you didn't do anything about it. Like you didn't use your free will, you just kind of let it come and go, and that's it. And that's what's so amazing about this new moon is it's the new moon of second chances. So it's kind of bringing the situations up and then seeing what you can do about it. Like maybe you'll make something new out of it because that opportunity is in a different reality that you have not entered. So it's about parallel realities at the same time. So we should use our free will when we have good stars. When we have difficult stars, then we have to use our free will, which means like we got to do everything we can to transcend that. If you don't, then it's just going to carry out the storm's going to come and go, and it's going to you're going to like wander outside. It's going to blow you all over the place, and that's what this new moon's all about. Did you go out into the storm? Did you not go out into like the beautiful environment and like optimize your reality? That's what's going on here with this new moon in Pisces. Also, it's connected to our DNA. It's connected to our evolution. Pisces is a water sign. So it's about like really stepping up to the next level, especially before we go into Aries, which is all about action. So it's about preparing and getting rid of all that stuff that you don't need and pushing forward. Now, what's really amazing about new moons, for example, is that they give us the ability to really set the framework for the 29 days that follow it. Now, every new moon is a little bit different because they're falling into different signs. Like, so this month it's falling into Pisces, but that means that, there's an abundant amount of very specific energy that's available to us. And if we don't acknowledge it, if we don't tap into that new moon energy, then what we will manifest over the 29-day cycle could be very sloppy, right? So it's tricky because the new moon is invisible. It's not as popular as the full moon because like you see it and it's like, wow, full moon. But new moon is as powerful, probably more powerful because it sets the framework also for the full moon that happens 2 weeks after the new moon. So really it's a choice that each and every one of us are faced with every month about this new moon. Do we want to be supported or do we want to be challenged, right? So that's really what I was talking about earlier. Like when we have good astrology, then we should use our free will. But if the stars are against us, then we must use our free will. So very important when we're connecting to this new moon. I'm doing a virtual ritual. I mean, this is all about Pisces themes, fantasies, evolution, addictions, uh, you know, all kinds of stuff. When we tap into that new moon, we're like the artist with the blank canvas. We can make what we want. So the new moon gives us a lot of energy to create, which is really amazing. This new moon is going to be aligned with the planet Neptune. It's giving us a second chance to see things in a new light. But second chances are like the stars, they're worth nothing if we don't take them. So we need to first see why we need a second chance and where is the second chance coming from. I mentioned it a little bit. I'll talk about it more specifically in the online workshop. It's only $14. Please sign up. But it's like it's about these parallel universes, these parallel realities. Second chances, they don't come all the time, but when they do, we should really look into them. So on a personal level, where this new moon is occurring for you is an area where a second chance is coming. And I have developed an API where you can plug in your information and then it'll tell you where the new moon is occurring specifically for you. You can access it after you sign up. So it's, it's everyone can get it now, and then you get the meaning and everything, and you can see exactly where is this happening for you. You type in your birth information and you can find out where is the second chance coming. So on a collective level, though, I want to talk about this collectively, is that we are being presented with another opportunity to control this global transition that we're going through, okay? Now, when we choose something, we have to say no to something else, right? You cannot choose like two at the same time, right? So that's why many of us, we stand in the hallway of reality without ever picking a door. Because if you think about like our life is a series of events or a series of doors that we pick, many of us stand in that hallway and we never go through a door, and we're like wishy-washy about it, or we have cold feet. For my Pisces followers out there, Pisces get cold feet. So this brings up a lot of issues, as well as arrogance that says, I don't have to pick just one thing, I can pick everything. Well, here's the thing. Of course, you can pick many things, but it's the energy of commitment that gives it power. Now, the world is in a very fluid state right now. Pisces is a water sign. It moves in two opposite directions within the water. They're not going in the same direction. If you look at the symbol, it goes into two opposite directions. Now, for the collective, this manifests as uncertainty, or it manifests as fear, or even as hope, right? About which direction that we need to take. But this new moon in Pisces, it's going to give you the second chance to turn on your power of prophecy and to give you the personal insight that you need for your quest. This is not the kind of prophecy that entertains or that's like anesthesia or sedating. It's the kind of prophecy that shows you the outcome of your actions before you make them. Now, scientifically speaking, when we make a choice, reality splits. This choice that you make creates a path. And the other choice that you didn't make, like I said earlier, creates a separate path, a different reality. That's the parallel universes. Now, our ability to choose a reality is easily illustrated by that hallway. Every door is a different reality. And each door that you go into opens a different framework. Now, as a collective for the past year, we have been seeping into a reality that has been what I call an unchosen liability for many years, okay? Until now. So each day that passes, we blend more and more into this liability reality. But as this is the final new moon before the astrological new year, we are granted a second chance to step out of it. All right? I'm not saying it's the last chance. I'm just saying it's a huge chance, okay? It's a second chance that we have. So what's truly amazing is that this new moon in Pisces is exactly what we need to step out of this unconsented reality. I also want to mention that we are in the age of Aquarius, but before we had the age of Aquarius, we had the age of Pisces, which ended in the 1500s, okay? But that energy of the age of Pisces is still spilling over into the age of Aquarius because it's not cut and dry. Like they blend into each other. So the age of Pisces, very interesting. Like let's look at the history to look at kind of what we're dealing with now, is that the age of Pisces was an age of slavery. It was an age of deception, an age of drugs, but it was also the age of spirituality, of the religions and the different systems. Now, these energies are trying to resurface. And an interesting aspect is that Neptune, the planet of infections and drugs, as well as vaccinations, is found at play with this new moon in Pisces. So this new moon is a huge impact, has a huge impact on our bodies, specifically the DNA, the RNA, the evolution, the water within our cells, all that. By the way, please use the Pisces essential oil blend. I have it. You can purchase it in the link below, or the spray. I also have some good supplementation for the DNA as well. Please send me a message about that if you want to get some. It's like 29 bucks or so. I really highly recommend that with everything going on. I've been recommending it for months in my practice. But really, this new moon in Pisces is offering us the ability to dream the finest world and to choose another reality before this one sets in. Okay, so we need to awaken our inner power of prophecy, which will be instructed in detail in my new moon online workshop. It's $14. Sign up. And also, like, don't look for like these kind of salvation solutions. I'm just going to leave it at that. So meanwhile, we need to remain humble enough to know that there's a bigger picture that we are unaware of, and this isn't about attaining hope, about these salvation solutions, about insights or going into fear, but about seeing what is possible. And the question for this new moon, if you want to work on it on your own, or if we're going to work on it in our meditation, is how is my arrogance affecting my body? Please send this video to someone in your reality that you think it'll help. I'll see you in the online workshop. Please subscribe, like, and thank you for being the one who makes a difference by using Dash Astrology. See you guys. My name is Arik. Bye.